Hi, welcome to Sweet Dreams Wellness Travel. I am Barbara Tuckett, your host and the owner of Sweet Dreams Travel. I am a wellness travel specialist. I believe that our mind, body, and spirit all play into our well-being, and I create travel experiences which improve your wellness so that you return from your vacation with more health, more happiness, and more connection, both with those you've traveled with and also with your destination. In these episodes, I explore travel and wellness experiences, giving you ideas and recommendations, and also interviewing people who have firsthand experience of the places where you may want to go next. Welcome, let's get started. Hello, my friend. As you know, if you have listened or watched me for any period of time, you probably know that I love the Canyon Ranch wellness properties, those resorts. And there are three main Canyon Ranch properties. Today, I am so excited that I have an interview to share with you that I had with Melanie Adams. And she is a representative of Canyon Ranch and specifically the Woodside property. So Canyon Ranch opened a brand new property in Woodside, California, which is in kind of the San Francisco area, Northern California, during the pandemic. And so it's kind of an unknown entity at this point with a lot of people, unless you're specifically searching for that type of experience. So I thought it would be really fun to give a little more exposure to Woodside. And Melanie does a great job in this interview. She talks first about Canyon Ranch properties in general and talks about the three main ones. Also, the opportunity to use a day spa in Vegas, which is sponsored by Canyon Ranch. And anyway, so it's really great. The Canyon Ranch Woodside property it's known as a treehouse resort. So Melanie will talk a little bit more about that. And please let me know if you are interested in staying in a Canyon Ranch resort. As Melanie talks about, you can go solo, you can go with a group, you could even, if you had a corporate retreat or something like that you were interested in doing, Canyon Ranch is a perfect opportunity to do those types of things. So let me know if you'd like more information or if you are interested in booking something like that. And for now, let's listen to Melanie and my conversation. Hi, today I am so excited to have Melanie Adams with me. Melanie Adams is from Canyon Ranch and specifically from Canyon Ranch Woodside. So hi, Melanie.
Hi, Barbara. So excited to be here as well. Thanks so much for inviting me to share a little bit more detail on all three of our properties, really, but especially with this new treehouse retreat here in Woodside that a lot of people aren't aware is open yet. That's what happens when you open during a pandemic.
Right. Okay. So tell us, I know that there are three main Canyon Ranch properties. And so tell us a little bit about those, and then we'll just kind of go from there and then focus a little more on Woodside.
Okay, sounds great. Well, I'm going to share my screen as well because I need you to just approve me. One of the biggest things with Canyon Ranch that's, we really kind of switched gears during the pandemic was really to become this wellness guidance company at all of our different locations. And then also still be able to continue your well way of life long past when you've checked out. That is kind of the secret ingredient with Canyon Ranch. We are giving you the tools, teaching you the new habits and how to make them an actual habit, to be able to kind of truly feel well long after you do check out. We are very blessed here with Canyon Ranch to have, a repeat rate of over 70% for our guests that return to us year after year, or maybe go and try one of our different resorts or retreats. And continue to work on themselves.
That is an amazing, sorry to interrupt you, but that is an amazing statistic that 70% and more come back. Because I feel like a lot of times people, you feel like, oh, been there, done that. And so you go somewhere and then you want to try something else. But to have 70% be repeat, clients and customers, that's awesome.
Yeah. And I love what I'm seeing post-pandemic as well with generations of family coming back. Oftentimes it's, oh yeah, my mom or my grandma used to go to Canyon Ranch and that's what you've heard about it. And with the pandemic and everybody focusing so much more on well-being and wellness in general, having, little reunions within families where they're coming back and all meeting each other and doing this kind of first healthy vacation, maybe before they go to Italy or Spain or wherever else, has been on their bucket list all year round. But truly focusing on themselves too, and giving themselves, a healthy start to be able to really be mindful about their travel moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's kind of really what makes Canyon Ranch so different too. How we kind of create this mindful programming is all very fact and evidence based. So all of our experts with Canyon Ranch, they're board certified physicians, registered dietitians, exercise physiologists, psychologists. They are the ones behind the scenes that are curating these fun, joyful, content-driven presentations. And activities and cooking demonstrations, all of the different summer camp type activities that we have with Canyon Ranch. But it's that fact and evidence base behind all of them, tying in this kind of self-discovery, the teachings of rest and restoration and how to incorporate them under each wellness pillar. That really kind of sets Canyon Ranch apart. Whether guests know it or not, they are working on themselves in all 5 of these wellness pillars that I have displayed here. So that's kind of the secret ingredient. They're working on all 5 elements of themselves, whether they know it or not. They're able to gain new tools, be able to continually, make these new habits when they go home and feel well. And when they get a little bit off track, they want to come back.
Yeah.
They want to be able to kind of
just for people who are listening, if you're listening to the podcast and you can't see the video screen, Melanie, can you just read over the 5 pillars just so people can?
Yes, absolutely. So the 5 pillars, our secret sauce here with Canyon Ranch, are health and performance. These are both integrative Eastern and Western medicine practices that, help prevent and solve actual issues going on within your well-being, both mental and physical. So, whether you're meeting with one of our board certified physicians, doing a one-on-one consultation, having blood drawn and analyzed by that physician team, but then also by the nutrition and food and beverage team and the fitness and nutrition team, it all kind of ties together very integratively. So the pillars are health and performance, mind and spirit, fitness and movement, nutrition and food, and spa and skincare, beauty from the inside out.
Yeah, thanks.
Mm-hmm. So they're all different activities and really fun new activations. For example, within the fitness and movement pillar, maybe it's trying archery for the first time, where we're actually teaching you mindfulness within. Or maybe it's going on a hike, maybe a more strenuous hike than you've ever gone on before, but you're also learning about the flora and the fauna. And you're learning about, the snacks that you need before and after your hike and what works best for your metabolism as you're burning it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's doing a cooking demonstration class, learning about the nutritional content of sweet potatoes and then making them into fun entrees. Mm-hmm. It's those type of fun activities that we're doing here with our guests at Canyon Ranch.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. And at any of the Canyon Ranch properties, they have an opportunity to be immersed in all 5 of the pillars, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
So our Woodside property, the retreat, I'll talk a little bit more about that one. We do have a little bit more of that nature focus.
Okay.
We're getting guests outside a little bit more, less of the presentations, more of the activities. And that's what's worked really well here in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
But it's also, the opportunity is still there to work on all 5 elements of yourself. And that's what's so important in all Canyon Ranch programming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And one of the other things I wanted to kind of just bring up with, how do guests decide what type of activities they want to do here? We truly are a summer camp type experience. So every hour of the day, there's usually 2 or 3 different activities, demonstrations, presentations that our guests get to choose from. And sometimes it can be a little overwhelming for guests. We don't want them to fill their schedule completely from morning till night. That's certainly not allowing for rest and restoration. So we have what are called our wellness guides that act like a pre-arrival concierge. They reach out to our guests in advance. and, ask them those important questions. Why do you want to come to Canyon Ranch? Is there something you do want to work on?
Yeah.
And then help create their schedule for them with breaks in between to make sure they're experiencing all 5 wellness pillars every day, and learning new and different things, but also focusing on that restoration piece too.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's great. And I love this list that you have up here where it's talking
Mhm.
about a bunch of different experiences with health or personal discovery, or even I love the title Reconnect with Joy. Like that's awesome.
Yeah, and it's probably not too much of a surprise, but that's been our most popular package with Canyon Ranch.
Yeah.
Everyone's still been wanting to come with that one, and with these, packages, what I have displayed on the screen. When you stay with us at Canyon Ranch, you can stay for 3, 5, or 7 nights, and we have these bundled package experiences that our wellness guides, help create for you. We do have a nightly rate as well. That is still all inclusive, but it doesn't have that sort of intentional guidance with it.
Okay.
Often what happens is, guests might try and come for 2 nights, but then they say, oh no, I'm going to extend, I'm going to stay a few more nights. Or maybe they want to come for 4 nights and, extend on a 5th, that type of thing.
Right.
But I think the main concept is really that all inclusivity and immersive experience with us.
Yeah.
So when you're here with us, you don't have to make any additional decisions. All of your healthy meals are included, access to all the activities, access to the spa grounds, your guest room. Everything is already included, including the airport transfers to and from Tucson and Lenox. Woodside's a little bit different just because it's a smaller retreat and we have so many airports surrounding it. But we do have complimentary valet and all the car services that deliver up to the treehouse retreat too. So I just kind of wanted to share exactly where we're all located, if that's okay.
Yes.
We've got 3 locations now from coast to coast. So where it all really began, Tucson, Arizona, our oasis in the desert, has been there for over 40 years now. We really were the pioneer of wellness resorts, the first ones doing this. And then our owner also created on the East Coast in the Berkshire Mountains, Western Massachusetts, the little quaint town of Lenox, which is also home to the Shakespeare Festival in the summer.
Oh, wonderful.
We have our rolling countryside retreat out east. And then right before the pandemic started, we opened our newest concept, a retreat instead of a resort, just because we're a much smaller concept in Woodside, just south of San Francisco on the peninsula, Half Moon Bay on one side, kind of the hills of Silicon Valley on the other side.
Beautiful.
And we operate the day spa in Las Vegas as well, but a lot of people, we don't have that as a full resort, and a lot of people don't realize that, oh, there's actually an oasis off the strip in Las Vegas too. So if you ever need a resetting break.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So it's not tied to a stay. It's just purely a day spa, right?
It's purely a day spa, correct, in the Venetian Palazzo.
But you can still enjoy, I'm sure, a lot of the same Canyon Ranch types of amenities, right?
You can, exactly. We actually have the first plant-based restaurant on the strip within the Canyon Ranch Spa here. We have wellness presentations. There's, yoga classes, fitness classes. A lot of the same activities and that immersive concept of Canyon Ranch are still there.
That's great.
So the 3 properties, and we are going to be opening a 4th property. Excited to announce that in Texas, we have just acquired over 590 acres outside of the Austin area, in a little big town called Spicewood Springs. In that county, and we're going to be building a brand new Canyon Ranch resort out there.
Oh, that's wonderful. How fun.
Yeah, so lots of growth, lots of exciting new things going on with Canyon Ranch. During the pandemic, we actually had an ownership change as well. And it's kind of a fun story. We actually had the owner come to Canyon Ranch on his own stay. And he has such a transformational, life-altering experience that he said, I want to help you grow. I want to buy Canyon Ranch and help this brand grow.
Wow.
So long story short, it all manifested into a wonderful collaboration. So John Goff, who's actually based out of Texas, which is why the first one is going to be a new Texas-based resort. is now the owner of the Canyon Ranch brand. And he's going to be doing some fitness Canyon Ranch clubs as well, lifestyle clubs to compete with Equinox. So there's lots of new and exciting things that you'll see with Canyon Ranch popping up in the next couple of years.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah. So I'm going to, share just a couple highlights with, these two properties, and then really wanted to spend more specific time on Woodside.
Okay.
For those that are really not aware, our Tucson property, being the largest of our Canyon Ranch resorts, went through a big renovation during the pandemic, a soft goods renovation that completely changed really the look of all of our guest rooms and public spaces. We used to be quite Southwestern driven here in Tucson. I think the biggest comment was, oh yes, Canyon Ranch absolutely changed my life, but the rooms, they looked a little cheesy. So we took care of that, creating a much more luxurious, light, airy spa textured experience for all of our guest rooms and public spaces. We still have an amazing life enhancement center, over 25 different activities to choose from every day, a massive 80,000 square foot spa where, energy work and Reiki and craniofacial and the opportunity to meet with a medium or maybe have your astrology chart read. These are different types of spa activities that are available in Tucson and in Lenox, but very different concepts of what, a true wellness resort is. We're not just a spa. The spa does a lot of very different things, all relating back to those wellness pillars.
Yeah.
I think one of my very favorite activities in Tucson that I did on a recent stay was I did an underwater treadmill class.
Wow.
So it's, resistance training. I am fairly sports minded as well, but have some knee injuries, and it helped so much and was really fun.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Really very different types of activities. So lots of great new things to share in Tucson, Lenox as well. Our little countryside retreat that looks quite a bit different than Tucson, much more quintessentially New England. Same content with the presentations and wellness pillar immersion, but everything just feels a little bit more East Coast here. Whether it's doing activities like archery or maybe trying rowing or sculling for the first time. Maybe you're taking a hike on the Appalachian Trail, which I know is a bucket list for many. The Appalachian Trail is right on the northeast corner of our property. Still so many different, fun activities. We're our Four Seasons resort. All winter long, we've been cross-country skiing and snowshoeing. And the spa with this property as well is even larger than Tucson. It's 100,000 square feet, 44 different rooms, but still with that very unique driven content between energy work, healing, mind and spirit, nutrition, and fitness. So I'll kind of guide us over to Woodside. I know this was the property that I was most excited to kind of share more details on, just because a lot of people have no idea that we're even here yet.
Right.
This was a property that we took over and completely changed just south of San Francisco. So the hills of Woodside, Redwood City, and Palo Alto are the closest major cities at 20 minutes down the hill. And the San Jose airport is the closest to us here to fly into. Okay. The retreat, though, does have quite a substantial drive market. We're about 85% drive with our guests that come to visit us so far. And it's because, from all over California, you're easily able to get to us. I think with the pandemic, having not a lot of people wanting to get on a plane and just driving up to us. We're on 16 acres of redwood retreat here. And we're, the smaller one building retreat center. And we've built these lovely, very luxurious and modern tree houses that surrounds the main building. So 24 tree houses. And then 14 rooms in our main retreat just offer this long weekend type wellness immersion. So we're only open Thursday through Mondays here in Woodside. And we've curated content with a lot of special guest engagements, 2 weekends a month, focusing on very different types of these wellness pillar activities. We're about to have a photography retreat take place this weekend. I know we just had a lovely one on heart and the health of your heart, the health and mindfulness of your heart that happened a couple weeks ago. This has been a really great, focused driven retreat where guests are able to kind of pick and choose not only regular Canyon Ranch programming, but really specific stuff that they're really interested in.
So I was wondering if it's more of a used as a retreat for like maybe a business group or something like that. Do you have a lot of that happens, or is it more individuals, or just as much as the other properties?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. We were actually about half and half.
Okay.
So we actually close midweek, as mentioned, and that's when we welcome our private groups, usually from the corporate side, to do a wellness immersed type corporate retreat. So all the fun activities that we do all weekends long, we can do for groups as well, and let them do kind of their own curated content, their own programming, and then adding in wellness. But the main thing is they have to want to add wellness in. We're not just a retreat venue. And this is a very important thing with the Canyon Ranch brand in general. We want to help inspire, to reset and respark creativity. So that's what we've been doing for corporate groups midweek, and it's worked really, really well, especially with all the tech groups trying to learn how to, disconnect.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that sounds great.
But in terms of even the food and beverage concept here in Woodside, we're a little bit different. We're talking about regenerative farming and not necessarily just the organic ingredients and nutritious content that we're serving you with all of your meals. We do have wine and beer available at Woodside as well. That's a little bit different than our properties in Tucson and Lenox, where they are still dry properties. But we created these evening fireside chat lecture presentations with these wellness pillar learnings. And we were getting a lot of guests that just wanted to request, a glass of wine to be able to enjoy. Much more focus on solo travelers have come to join us here. And that's been another really great thing to encourage. Guests are often scared a little bit to travel by themselves for the first time, especially in a wellness space. But this is something that happens all the time, and a really easy way to be able to encourage a first-time wellness guest to kind of get out of their comfort zone and come experience it with other first-timers.
Yeah. Well, especially where it's such, what's the word? I guess an individualized experience for each person. Even if you do come with other people, you still are on your own individual journey. Right. So
exactly.
So being a solo traveler, it's a perfect way to get to experience your own personal growth.
Yeah. I also say, Woodside's the place where you meet your best friend at summer camp a little easier because there are so many solo travelers, and by the second morning, everyone's having breakfast together, and all of the individual tables have merged into these collaborations, and friends for life have come. And we actually had one small group that they all met at Canyon Ranch Woodside, and they just planned a trip to the Tucson property.
Oh, fun. That's really fun.
But we do still have, so many of the different, spa elements here too. But things are a little bit different. For example, with this beautiful, huge redwood forest surrounding us, we have a forest fitness course. We do Shinrin Roku, which is forest bathing activities, lots of different photography, hikes and mindfulness, mountain biking. With the spa area, we have a healer and a bodywork specialist. This retreat doesn't tend to focus as much on just pure spa goers, more again on those that want to get outside and do the fun activities.
Yeah.
But we do still have a lovely, beautiful spa, saline pool, whirlpools, steam sauna available too.
So that picture that you were just showing, was that the outside of what the tree houses look like?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So they're much more modern tree houses than you might envision. They're 2 stories with a room on each level. And then, on the inside, again, it's very simple, very clean lines, upstated luxury. They all have their own beautiful little balcony that doesn't actually look at any of the other tree houses. So you feel like you're the only ones there underneath the redwood canopy. And all of our guest rooms, both tree houses and in the retreat building, have a beautiful little balcony area. Teapots, a little coffee pot to be able to slowly unwind in the morning. But you really do feel like you're the only ones here in this lovely little magical escape.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We have bathtubs in every room too. I think my best baths have always come at Canyon Ranch Woodside.
Since you're only open Thursday through Sunday, are you able to stay fewer nights than that? Or does the stay need to be a Thursday through Sunday?
No, so great question. You don't need to stay the entire time. We have a 2-night minimum at all of our properties, and it's the same Woodside, but anywhere kind of within, check in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have guests that check in at all different times throughout the weekend.
Okay.
And the only pathway experience with Woodside, we have a 3-night pathway. I mentioned with the other properties, pathways are 3, 5, or 7 nights, but only being open for 4 nights. The 3-night pathways are what we offer here in Woodside.
Okay.
One of the other things we really truly focus on is sleep. The evening activities that we do with these fireside chats, the presentations on sleep, and the different restorative yoga classes and evening stretch classes that we do every night. We're really trying to get our guests to be able to work on their sleep pattern and following the circadian rhythm. And I think that's one of the big things kind of just in the Bay Area and all of our city dwellers, really, no matter what location they're in. It's so hard to be able to disconnect oftentimes. And the pandemic has taught us that we're often working late at night and coming back to it after our families have all gone to bed, and how to kind of break that habit or modify that habit to allow you to still have restful and regenerative sleep.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Barbara, do you have a favorite kind of wellness activity that you like to do? If you're going on vacation, do you like to always try to include a yoga class or?
Oh, yeah. I love to find a yoga class I love that. I love a good massage. So, I love to always check out the spa wherever I am. And I don't know. I think both of those are great. I love yoga and spa treatments, no matter whether it's an actual wellness vacation or a non-wellness, whatever the intention is, I always love to find a little bit of wellness. So
yes. One of the things I learned with Canyon Ranch, and I'm fairly new to the team, I just started last January, so just over a year now, was Qigong, which is almost like Tai Chi with different breath work and energy movements. Never something I had done before, but something so easy to just really calm you down no matter what situation you're in. And that's been a new fun. I'm waiting for them to, be able to have it on my Canyon Ranch Energy app, which is soon to come. Oh, another good point. So with all of the activities and learnings that you get to learn at Canyon Ranch, we have an energy app that's proprietary to Canyon Ranch, where we upload all of your, your fitness agenda, your nutrition agenda, different exercises and things that you can do and what you've learned on property. So you can follow those programs when you go home.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. That's great.
So Woodside is definitely for those that want to get out of the city and be underneath the magic of the rocks and the trees, meet new and interesting people that are all just trying to inspire themselves in a new and different way. A really, really kind of special place that we're looking forward to inviting people for years to come. I think that the combination of doing a Tucson and Woodside Canyon Ranch experience every couple of years for our repeat guests is something that will happen for a long time.
Yeah, that's such a good idea. So I know, just another quick question. You have said a couple of times, you've mentioned that it feels like a getting away to a summer camp type of location. Are you open year round?
We are open year round, all 3 of the properties. So Woodside, our lovely temperate climate here in Northern California. We have lovely heaters on all of our decks. So people are eating outside even in January, February.
Okay.
Lennox is a little bit different on the East Coast, but the property is all connected by these beautiful windowed walkways. So for our New England guests that don't love to go outside and do the outdoor activities, they actually don't have to go outside at all during their stay. All of the buildings are connected. We've built art galleries within the glassed walkways. So they're beautiful reflective areas as you're kind of walking in between your different sessions at the same time.
Yeah. So that's good.
All very, very different properties, but I think that is what makes the Canyon Ranch experience, again, unique. You know, kind of when we're talking about the differences between some of our competitors and, well, how is Canyon Ranch any different than some of the other wellness resorts like Miraval or the ranch at Malibu or Rancho La Puerta? It's really the opportunity to work on yourself in all 5 wellness pillars, whether you want to or whether you know it or not. You actually are facilitating and going through in a very scientific way all 5 wellness pillars every stay here with us. And then just how unique each property is to its surrounding area. We have beautiful places all over this country that teach you different things in mindfulness. And there's the opportunity to do that within Canyon Ranch.
Yeah, I love it. I love the Canyon Ranch properties. They're just so amazing. So, so Melanie, would you be willing to lead us in a little meditation?
I would love to. Meditation is one of the new things in my wellness journey that I've taken upon. Really has helped me in the craziness of the hospitality world as we've been on this roller coaster for the last couple of years, and helping me just reset. And this is actually kind of a meditation for beginners. So for people that maybe have never done it before, maybe they've been frustrated with trying meditation in the past because they think their brain always runs away. That actually is the exercise. So meditation is an exercise in awareness for your brain, bringing it back into focus every time it runs away. And just to notice that it will run away at all times. So before I start, I'm actually going to turn off my video so I'm a little bit less distracting. And Barbara, I encourage you to as well.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask us to all close our eyes just after we do that. Jack Kerouac, the classic American novelist, had always described meditation as the way to pump in the brain's good glad fluid, because it is actually an exercise in awareness as it runs away and focuses back. Let's bring in some of this good glad fluid for ourselves. Start by sitting up as straight as you can, and just notice your posture. And we're going to slow our breath right down as we take a deep breath in through the nose with a slight pause before exhaling back out through our mouth. As we continue our slower breaths in through the nose, just notice any tension you might be holding. Maybe wiggle around your jaw. Maybe relax your forehead, your eyes. Bring your brain back into awareness as we focus on just making our breath a little bit slower. As we bring more oxygen into our lungs, you might notice your lower back feeling a little bit more open. And let's bring awareness to our chest. For the next 2 breaths, focus your attention on your chest rising and falling. Rising and falling. Now pay attention to your hands as you continue breathing. Let's place our hands on our chest so we can feel all the subtle movements. Your hands have been busy all day translating your thoughts to your clients, doing so many different things all day long. Bring your hands to your heart and just allow your heart to be felt. Relax your shoulders and keep breathing slowly. Notice if you feel this active breathing anywhere else in your body. Maybe it's in your belly as it rises and falls. There are so many little aspects that come together in simple breath work. Breathing really is everything and can be the simplest way to slow the world down when you need it most. The trick is bringing your brain back and knowing that if I just slow my breath down a little bit, things will unfold organically, as they will, So let's extend the simple act of gratitude for our breath. I'll allow you to take one more deep breath in and exhale out as we open our eyes and come back to life, hopefully feeling just a little bit more calm, a little bit more relaxed. That's what our whole lifelong goal is here with Canyon Ranch.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Melanie. Thank you for
You're
the
welcome.
meditation. Thank you for all of the wonderful information that you shared, and just makes me so excited to get to Canyon Ranch, and hopefully everybody else feels the same way.
Yes.
Great to come see you at Woodside.
Yes, please. And thank you so much again for this opportunity just to let me share a few more details about all of our properties. And I'll send my contact details and kind of just little snippets. So if there's anyone you send it along to.
Yes, I definitely will. Thank you so, so much for being with us today.
You're welcome to. Be well, everyone.
All right. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like, share, subscribe, or leave a review. If you'd like to contact me about a vacation, the best way is to visit my website, sweetdreamstravel.net. To connect on social media, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, or LinkedIn. See you next time.